Alright, hello everyone. Let me go ahead and double check this since I have not been recording for a while. Alright, there we go. Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between MKP and Liquid Taeja here on Cloud Kingdom. This is game 1 in a series taken from the Iron Squid tournament, and I want to once again thank Iron Squid for releasing their replays out. I won't be able to cast all of it. There have been some very good live streams out there as well. But I do know some of you guys do follow me and don't follow the rest of the esports community. Some really good casters. I believe Day9 had also been casting some of the Iron Squid alongside some of the other French casters as well. Now, taking a look on the top right-hand side of the map, we have MKP Marine King spawning as the yellow Terran. Meanwhile, we have Taeja spawning as, I will guess, the pretty in pink Terran on the bottom left-hand side of the map. I did want to see a Terran versus Terran matchup just because I like to see how the game and the metagame is evolving. In Terran versus Terran, what you can oftentimes figure out is when they deviate their build orders from each other. You can see I have the production tab up, and what we're going to probably see is very similar build orders for the first minute and a half to 2 minutes. Actually, what is this? MK already going for an early refinery. This means he will be able to get up his factory slightly faster. Meanwhile, Taeja is actually going for the standard barracks opening. That means that he will be able to get up his orbital command faster. And this already is looking to be a very, very interesting start. There is about a 20-second difference between the two barracks, about the time it takes to train up one SCV. We can see already 3 SCVs on gas as the game is underway. And what are the strategies that we will be seeing? So far, we still do not see a refinery coming in from Taeja. So Taeja may be trying to do a 1-Rax expand. If he is going to be going for that 1-Rax expand, he will be utilizing these Marines, perhaps down here on the low ground, with a bunker to make sure no Hellions or no other units are able to drive by. However, MKP will be getting up that factory significantly faster than I believe Taeja is expecting. We could perhaps see Banshee play as well if a second refinery is taken down. The factory is already being placed down here, and it looks as though MKP is pretty much executing this build order perfectly. Meanwhile, Taeja is going into that 1-Rax expand, but Taeja has not yet scouted out his opponent. Now, a lot of players out there often wonder why. How come these professional players don't scout out with early SCVs? How come they don't like to scout? Well, in a game like this, in a game at such a high level, every mineral counts, and every second in every minute that an SCV is away is essentially 40 minerals lost. Now, this is a very big gambit by Taeja, as Taeja is now setting out with just 2 Marines and a bunker, hoping that there isn't going to be this super aggressive, harassive play. We are going to see 1 Hellion being trained, perhaps a liftoff on that barracks as soon as this Hellion is done, as we are now also setting up a starport. Starport is in a curious location, I must admit. It is most likely not going to be Banshees at all. It is most likely just going to be an elevator drop for Marines and Hellions. You can see that the Marines are being doubly trained. Hellions are now making their way out as well. The Hellions are there more for map control than for anything else, as there is currently 3 Marines inside this bunker. Now, this starport here, this is going to be a very crucial part. We also see 1 Marine holding this Zelnaga tower. MKP's timing should be just that. The Hellions will make their way out, deny sight here, and then come in for the drop. You can see the Hellions are already making their way out across the map. It is revealed to Taeja. The Marine now trying to get away, not going to be able to do so. 1 more or 2 more shots, I believe. There you go. That is taken down, and now Marines are going to be going inside the bunker here. The Hellions are purposely going to perhaps dash in and out, trying to force the Marines to stay here. However, there is going to be this one particular medevac already making its way up onto the high ground. Now, the downside for MKP is that he doesn't have any upgrades on these Marines. No combat shield, no stim pack, so it's not going to really be that much damage. However, Taeja does suspect that something is awry, and now going to be suspecting up. Here we go, and there you have it. Marines are being dropped down already. Hellions are now coming in. There you go. MKP comes in with a group of Marines. SCV is also there as well, as the units are now just dealing massive damage. SCVs and Hellions will be fighting. SCV is getting taken down here. What is going on? A lot of damage being dealt as we now see perhaps a Banshee being added. All right, SCVs, Hellions, both sides are attacking. Workers are falling. 11 workers already down. The medevac doing its job, taking down a lot of those units there as we now see a hot pickup. Nicely done and nicely played, as we should be seeing. What is this? Is this going to be another drop onto the high ground? Yes, it is. This is going to be actually a follow-up. Beautifully done by MKP, as Taeja suspected that there was going to be aggression on the low ground. Here we have it once more. Hellions going to be battling it out. Hellions are trying to split up there. It looks like some SCVs are going to get taken down. There you go. Both sides battling out as Taeja now down to 29 supply. 28 as he is losing more and more. All right, in comes a Banshee. The Banshee going to be just what the doctor ordered. Marines now trying to surround. There is a mule being called down as Taeja does seem to recover, but the worker count 24 to 16. Taeja sitting. Oh, what is this? A Viking is out in the air already. All right, here we go. Marines now being dropped down. Banshee is going to get cleaned up here as we do finish up a Marine. And what's going to be happening next? This one Viking, what's going to be happening now? Going into ground mode. A very effective tactic since the Banshee is not yet out. But as soon as that Banshee does hop back out, we need to see that Viking jump back into the air. Is the Viking going to go after that Banshee? Looks like the Viking does get taken down as a new Banshee just arrives. All right, Marines now trying to deal more damage here. More Marines. A new Viking has taken its place. You can see that MKP does have his orbital command already upgrading, and MKP now with a huge advantage going into this, I guess, late mid-game. All right. We are going to see a Viking now push its way forward once again. Is it going to find a Banshee? It does not look like it. Marines are being dropped down, and this is a Marine Hellion Viking push once again. Lots of damage being dealt. A Banshee, a Viking is now out. The Viking needs to back away as both sides are still fighting this up. All right, this Viking looks like it will end up dying as the Banshee is out. Taeja may be actually able to hold this just long enough as the medevac gets shot down as well. Very strong hold by Taeja there. He is behind in SCVs, and he doesn't even have the benefit of having an additional orbital command over his opponent. You can see him now building that, thinking exactly that. He needs this game to go long. He knows that MKP has a very strong army advantage, most likely. Yes, you can see that there. As we do also have, I believe, a Raven in the air. Was that just in production? Yeah, Raven now in production. Hellions, Marines, Vikings now on the move. It looks as though a Viking and a Banshee is going to be doing a little bit of scouting, as Hellions going around and straight up running up inside. Not a good trade at all, as the bunker pretty much does its job. Now, Taeja perhaps banking on the fact that MKP does not have a missile turret here. There is one, range of 7. That does mean all of these SCVs are going to be vulnerable to attack. It's just going to come down to micro from Taeja as the Banshee and the Viking now sneak their way off to the north. A third base is being established. The Banshee quickly going after that SCV, making sure to delay that there. Viking is in position. Viking, I guess, could go into ground mode. Yes. Now gonna go perhaps shoot down that Viking. No, not gonna shoot down that missile turret. Not gonna be able to do that at all, as we now see more damage coming in from Taeja as well. Harvester count is still looking very one-sided in favor of MKP, 37 to 31. An orbital command now being upgraded as this SCV is looking to finish up this command center here. So Taeja with a beautiful hold. All of his units coming off of only 3 production buildings. Meanwhile, MKP now starting to add more and more production buildings himself. You can see triple racks coming in. The Raven now on the move. And what is the follow-up play? Blue Flame now coming in. This is a lot of Marines. No upgrades on those Marines whatsoever. Hellions about to get Blue Flame tech, as I mentioned. Siege tanks now being doubly trained as well. So this may come in for the killing blow here in just a moment, as Hellions have now made it inside the natural expansion. Beautiful, beautiful play there. But the Hellions pretty much stuck with some very, very strong placement of supply depots, not allowing those Hellions to make their way through once more. Worker kill count 8 to 37. Harvester is now 42 to 44 in favor of Taeja. MKP, though, with a much, much stronger army overall. Are the Hellions going to be actually able to do any damage? That is the question, as Banshees and Vikings will be going at it. All right, we can see one Raven here, and it does have that Seeker missile upgrade. You got to remember, no more research required for that Seeker upgrade, as the siege tanks are coming at it. Here we go. In comes the engagement. And are we going to be going for auto turrets? Yes, auto turrets are going to be coming down, and it looks like the Vikings may actually be able to shoot that down here. Auto turrets, both sides battling it out. Banshee's now trying to fight Viking off over here. One Viking of MKP may actually be able to push this all back. All right, it looks like the Raven may get taken down. What's going on? But it looks as though this Viking will get taken down as well. There it goes, as the numbers are switching back in favor of MKP. All right, this siege tank having a very bad day. Nowhere to run. Barracks is floating off over here. This one Raven, will it be able to get away? I don't believe so. The Viking does have a slightly faster movement speed, and you can see that Raven already down to 20 hit points. There you go. In comes the Vikings, though. And I am sure Taeja would gladly exchange one Viking for one Raven. Siege tanks now are on the move. A great transition into mass siege tanks. However, siege tech is not yet researched. That may be MKP's undoing, as the siege tank is here in position. Double Vikings going after the single Viking there. That is enough, as the siege tanks are going to be making their way forward. Siege tanks are now pushing their way forward. Is it going to be enough? Mules now coming in from MKP. A bit of manner. No, they are going to try and repair. They are not doing that at all. MKP now continuing this push. Vikings coming in, and there is the GG from Taeja. MKP knowing that his opponent would not be able to hold off this siege tank Viking push. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 1. Please stay tuned for Game 2.